Hello and welcome to the Sage's Cabin. I'm your host, Rox Madeira. In this podcast, I speak with wisdom keepers to bring you herbal education, mainly from herbalists in Britain and Ireland, but also from further afield, feminine ways of knowing, history and earth connection, whilst also raising awareness of liberation struggles, particularly related to women, land, food, indigenous people and global witch hunts. If you enjoy the podcast, please like, share and subscribe, and consider signing up for the Wise Herbal Ways Patreon, where you can support the podcast for the price of a cup of coffee, or you can join the Herb Circle or the Weaving the Feminine memberships, where we're reclaiming the wise woman. In the meantime, grab a cup of tea, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy the Sage's Cabin. So you might have noticed from that introduction that this season of the podcast is looking to be a little bit broader in its scope. And so with that in mind, today I'm going to be talking to Freddy, who is from an NGO in the Democratic Republic of Congo called Women Concern. Their main areas that they work in is women's empowerment, working for peace and security, research and advocacy, and environmental protection in their area, which is South Kivu in the Democratic Republic of Congo. But what we're talking about today is a emergency fundraiser that they have just set up to raise money for the humanitarian crisis that is happening in Goma in North Kivu. So if you're able to donate, please do so. The link for that is in the show notes. And if you can share, please share widely with all of your networks, and please try and support this fundraising mission. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, the best place to start is if you could just explain, like, first of all, who Women Concern are and how that kind of got started.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could move on to talk about the situation that's happening in a wider context and what the fundraiser's for.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound okay?
Okay. Let me start.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much. My name is Freddy Biseta. I'm from the Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm the founder and executive director of Women Concern. Women Concern is a non-profit organization by Congolese law. We are based in Bukavu, and we mainly promote women gender equality through women empowerment, education, and also we have interventions in peace and humanitarian actions. And so, as you may be aware already, in our region in the North Kivu and in the South Kivu, we have been undergoing armed conflict that opposes the, the, our government and the M23 rebels. The latter have also taken control of the almost the whole North province and its city capital, the Goma. And we have a very big humanitarian crisis because in the North Kivu, we already have around 6.4 million people in displacement. And all of them don't have access to food, shelter, water, clean water, and even the basic health services. Because as you may be aware, last week many humanitarians, including UN agencies, have fled the conflict via Rwanda. And actually, there are few humanitarian services, so we are in an urgent situation, and that's why I'm reaching out to the audience, to the whole world, to request for any support that may be available to support those people, for them to get food, to get medicine, to get clean water, and especially for those girls and women who are survivors of sexual violence, to get some support, some psychological support, and also health related support. We also need some support to help them manage their menstrual hygiene, because this is one of an urgent need to those women and vulnerable girls uh, who are who are exposed to sexual violence, just to get some means, including that ones to buy pads for their menstrual agent. So we are urging the world, humanitarian people, humanitarian kindness, and those people who are willing to help, so people can get those basic needs in an urgent manner. Yeah, thank you so much.
So,
And this is what I can tell now.
so did you say that the humanitarian agencies just fled? Was that when the M23 came into Goma?
Sure, sure. Many of them have played, and there are only few of them who are actually working in Goma and the whole North Kivu. Uh, like UN agencies have don't have any staff. Many staff have played via Rwanda, and those local organizations don't have usually means to support many people at the same time.
Yeah.
That is why we are trying to reach out to people so that we can get those support just for intervention, for urgent intervention.
And is there a risk that the M23 rebels might move further south into South Kivu?
Yes, sure. Since they have been controlling the North Kivu since last week, and actually they are advancing to South Kivu, and those humanitarian crisis, that humanitarian crisis is growing from the North Kivu to the South Kivu. So the humanitarian crisis is becoming bigger
Hmm.
as M23 is progressing to South Kivu.
And how far are you from Goma?
Bukavu and Goma, it is by road, it's around 350 kilometers. Yes.
Okay. Um, and how do you um how do you plan to be able to provide the support? Like how will you get the food there and the menstrual pads and everything? How will you be able to take them to the people?
Yes. We are planning once we have that budget. We are planning first to go to do needs assessment, identifying those people who will be benefiting from our support, because there are some already who have been benefiting from our previous support and other humanitarians. So we need to identify those who have not been yet reached as 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 a as a uh, who have not been yet reached, of course, yes. And after identifying them, identifying those needs they have, and then uh, there are some who will just order food and other primary uh, uh, goods from Bukavu, and there are some stores in Goma that have not been destroyed. And mainly from Bukavu, we get all that food and all that food from Bukavu. The food will come by sea, by Lake Kivu, and then we will get our own store in Goma and then start distributing people after identifying those most in need.
Yeah. And are you kind of worried for your own safety and for the safety of the people who work with you?
Yes. Uh, Before we proceed to distribution, we just uh, we just identify those reachable places. Yes, because we cannot go on in those places that are not yet reachable.
Hmm.
So we have to work on these areas that we are able to reach and safely, and then start working by those areas. But I think of now, there are many places where humanitarian are going and find them safe for them. And I think as of the end of this week, we will be reaching many places and we can be able to be safe to, yes, and send our teams where they will find safety.
Yeah. And are there people who are managing to flee from Goma and heading further south?
Yes, um, there are some who may pass, have passed through the Lake Kivu and others uh, others has fled from Goma to Rwanda and but last week I think on maybe or 2 days, two past days, some of them have started to returning home. Yeah, so I think it is in the city of Goma is recovering progressively. It is slow, but you are seeing some movements in the city. People are starting working. Yeah,
And the Congolese government, are they combating the
sorry.
M23? The Congolese government, are they like fighting to regain capture of the city or to regain the
Uh,
city?
Not yet, not yet. They have not yet started uh, because so far since the city is under M23 control. There have not yet been any fight from the government. So maybe they are planning other things. But so far it is the M23 who is in control of the city.
And like we're hearing that the Western corporations and government are also involved because of the minerals and things in um, Congo.
Yes, that's why I tend to say that it is a very complicated issue with uh, with many revendications from both sides, and it is somehow complicated or there are some reasons, some hidden reasons that we cannot easily discover. And for us as a humanitarian people, uh, we are not allowed to take any position to say that this one is supported by this one and this one is supported by this one because it may kill our safety on the field.
Yeah,
So we, we need somehow to be to take our initial
independent.
position so that we may get our safety just to save people and yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair enough. And okay, so just to clarify, what you're looking for the specific objectives is to raise money for food assistance, for support
Mhm.
for survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, for
Mm-hmm.
psychosocial support, and for menstrual hygiene management.
Yes.
And um, yeah, so and I will obviously have a link for the fundraiser, which is up on Go Get Funding. Yeah.
Okay. I will share. I will share with you our link to LinkedIn and also to Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
Eh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the courage and also the support you have given to us.